much in love, they can't see the error of their ways. Blinded by the supernatural haze, secrets some have taken to the grave. That's the game the devil plays. Use visions sent you on a mission from on high. Who's the zombie now? Everything you ever had is gone. Everything you thought was right is wrong. Broken hearts are left to carry on. Now you're both where you belong. Dreams, visions, it's a new religion of the lie. We're too young to die. Monty and the zombie killers. World is ended come July. In love, they can't see the folly of their ways. Burning with a dark infernal blaze, doctrine that will put you in the grave. Let the demons out to play. Dreams, visions, giving you permission, taking life. Die, Mommy and the zombie killers. World is ending come July. We're too young to die, Mommy and the zombie killers. It's all over come July. The zombie now, Mommy, Mommy. Who's the zombie now, Mommy, Mommy. Who's the zombie now, Mommy, Mommy. Who's the zombie now, Mommy, Mommy.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Difficult Research. And I'm so excited. I'm upside down. I'm guessing everybody else is too. There's lots of people in the chat already. I want to welcome everybody in. Gloria, Fitz, Cinnamon Hot, Beach Bum. Also, we've got some people listening from Facebook too. Y'all come on in and listen. I know y'all feel ignored sometimes because we don't put your comments and stuff, but welcome here. Fancy Nancy, so welcome. Beach Bum, we appreciate your all's help. Yeah, what's going on? Trace is already in the courtroom. That's what they said. We had a new filing, and wow. Okay, somebody says they're going to be guilty before 4 Arizona time. Let's see, 4 Arizona time. 6? Well, I hope not. Maybe. But I would think that we wouldn't be in here trouble. But we might be. Hey. Wow. Did y'all like that thumbnail? I did not do that bus art. Tracy did that bus art and she sent it to me. I want to give credit where credit was due. She did that. I don't even know how long that took her. I can't imagine. And I just, Kresha does a way better job designing the thumbnails than I do, but she's got her hands so full right now. I did it, and we'll be back to some more appealing ones when she gets back. And it's kind of embarrassing to me because I'm a graphic artist by trade, and I thought I can just throw this thing together, and that takes me forever, and I'm sure she does it lickety split. And here I am, supposed to be experienced. I think, oh, I'm going to do this in Photoshop instead of Canva. I got all these layers, and then Photoshop is not like riding a bicycle. If you don't do it for a while, you will forget some of what you knew. And I was like, well, how in the world did I used to do that? Anyway, it got me thinking about how I'm going to need to brush up on my stuff. And looking at what I used to do. And I was real disappointed because the place where I had my portfolio posted, I guess it's been so long since I went there to offer it to anybody that they took it down. So now I got to do a new portfolio before I can do anything. So there's me something to work on. Let's see that. Ooh, that's like, oh, that's my, oh gosh, that might take some work face. Okay, let's see what's going on. We had a filing to come down, and Joe Schmo broke it earlier this morning, and I thought we could take a look at that. Is that a good idea? Dave's Jade and Ms. Long. People who are not subscribed to this channel, could you please subscribe to this channel? Because Kresha has 12,800 and something subscribers, and that means we just like almost 200 subscribers being to 13,000. Now, while you may think 13,000 is unlucky because the world is completely freaking upside down now, as everything we've looked at, I'm going to look at it this way, and that will be our lucky time. So help get us to 13,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please do it now, and share it with your friends who might be interested in following up with this, the family, because we're going to keep talking about this because it is for family involved. Okay, enough of that. Let me present. I don't know if I can present two things, can I? Present an image file. Let's just see if I can. Okay. I guess I cannot. Probably won't let you show. Let's see. Well, how about it? See if it'll let me upload it that way. No, because it wants it to be a JPEG, and I think these files are PNGs, but dang it, forever so. So I'm gonna, okay, silly as I can be. Okay. Share this tab and said, well, that was too easy. I acted like it took a scientist for this thing. Take this banner down. If my audio is okay, put a 1 in the chat. Hey everybody, Susan Monaco, I'm glad you're here. Bewitched. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Lamesia, so glad you're here. Sneaky suspicions. The verdict's in? Oh my gosh. Let me remove this and get back. That was silly too. Okay, add to stage. All I gotta do is go back over here. And where's this thing? Share this tab instead. See, let's see. Okay. I guess the verdict may be in it. So let's see. Can you believe they would do it that fast? Okay, 19 minutes. Okay. Dang, y'all. The jury arrived 19 minutes ago and the verdict is in now. That was quick. That was lickety split. OMG. Are y'all hearing me? Heavens to Betsy. So 19 minutes ago, the jury arrived, and now 6 minutes ago. How can they do it, man? They were moving along with that, thinking about what they knew what they were going to do last night. Good heavens. I've lost my mind. Now we got 30 minutes. If I put that even in the chat, I've lost my mind so much. I'd have lost that bid. That's a fair way to say it. The verdict is in. Well, I'm glad I went on and got my behind on here. Who has got some questions? I got some questions. Wow. Wow. Lord of mercy. Let's see if our dear friend over there in Phoenix is talking yet. I wonder if he is. I'm trying not to hide my face. No, they're not doing nothing yet either. Yep. The verdict's in. I don't think they'd let her off the hook that fast, do y'all? Wow. Wow. So where's notes? At least I could do it that way for y'all. Where's my little banner thing you do? I need to fix that thing. The verdict is in. So let me edit it. Sorry. Edit. You save that baby. We've been on 14 minutes, y'all. Wow. Okay, everybody come on in. Y'all all come on in. We're here for the last hurrah, we think. Who knows what is going to happen with this chick. Oh, my gosh. Last time, hopefully, we'll have to listen to her being a lawyer. Anyway. So, I forgot now. I could reach all the. I got my praying hands on. Do y'all have your praying hands on? Okay, I'm going to see what our poll has said. Because if we have a poll up, is everybody voted on our poll that was going to? Let me look and see. Our poll is 235 votes. It's 98% guilty and 2% hung jury. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think that'd be pretty fast. So, wow. I was going to change it to say how long did y'all think before they came back, but here they are. Here they are back. It's crazy. Also, I'm going to say this again. Please like this video, and also please subscribe if you've not subscribed before now, because Kresha is very close to having 13,000 subscribers, and I'd like for us to kick it over today. Yeah, y'all come on in, support Kresha's channel. So I think I'm going to put on Mr. Long. Mr. Long, because
on the public defense as well. I mean, this 15 minutes, we were all just in shock there.
Yes, no, this is very shocking. And I was shocked because yesterday they had the verdict around, they had the case around like 3 o'clock, right? 3:30 when the closings ended. So I'm wondering, why did it stay there and do this yesterday, right? I mean, why did they want to go home and come back for like 30 minutes to do it? Who knows, right? But I'm very shocked. I'm very shocked, especially in a high-profile case like this. But I have seen it happen before. You hear stories like others happening. When jurors are ready to go home and they have made up their mind, there's nothing to discuss. So, like we discussed, they probably just went inside, asked around the room who believes guilty, and maybe all 12 of them raised their hand, and they're like, "What's else to discuss? Let's go home."
Rachel, this obviously, why was it so quick? What do you think the evidence was? I mean, I'm just trying to envision this jury talking to each other just minutes ago, raising their hands or pointing to something. For you, being an expert on this and prosecuting that case in Idaho, what could it be here?
I think it's a combination of several factors. The state laid out a very clear narrative and a very clear story. We see that they didn't even have questions for most of the trial. And when they don't have questions, that means it's clear in their mind what they've just heard. So I do think one of the biggest strengths was the clear, concise presentation of evidence. But I also think it's hard to overcome those videos. There's no reason for those Google searches. There's no reason for anybody other than Mel Boudreaux to know where Brandon lives. I think you had some powerful pieces of evidence that were put forward clearly, cleanly. They got it when it was on the stand. So I think you're seeing a combination of clear, concise, strong evidence.
I'd like to jump in on that. I think I agree with that, with the addition that the jury did not hear a different story from the defendant. So all they had was a clear, concise, complete, one-sided story, and they had nothing else to compare it to. So there really wasn't anything else to vote on.
One other thought I had is that they have Lori performing for the 5 days, and I think the failure to question some of the witness, her behavior, the repeated objections in the closing argument, I think she rings out as absolutely non-genuine. And I think they look at her and think she's pathetic. And she is. When you look at the history of what happened, when you look what happened in this case, accusing Brandon of being homosexual, breaking into her computer. She is so non-likable. And as Rich pointed out, there's no evidence. And as Rachel said, it was laid out, so there's nothing more to discuss. I think I'm really surprised it was this quick. But again, when you look at it, I'm not. I mean, the only one that gets these quicker verdicts is Benjamin. And
Boy, he's getting hammered on today.
I think, and I think to hammer home that point, again, so they clearly noticed that she didn't put up any sort of defense, but then you wonder too, like you guys mentioned, her performance or her cross-examinations of some of these witnesses appears to be somewhat telling to the jury about her relationship to this case. I guess the other theory would be then if she hadn't cross-examined anybody, would that have helped her in any way? Because if you leave a jury with more questions than answers on anything, you're kind of forcing their hand to go, well, we can only really believe the one side that's being presented, right? So would she have, I guess, in theory, been better off not cross-examining anybody or only cross-examining one witness, say somebody who wasn't Brandon? Because as we've talked about, you get to see who Lori is in both of these trials. If you didn't know anything about her, or if you did follow the case but hadn't really heard her speak, or hadn't heard her kind of interact with anybody, this was a great window into who she is as a person. There were times when her true person came out. We saw that with Boreski in their interactions away from the jury. So I do wonder, though, would this have been any different if she just had sat there and not put up any defense, not crossed, and just let the state kind of run with it? I mean, I think I know the answer, but I'm curious about whether or not she even hurt herself even more by going up there and kind of putting herself in front of this jury the way she did.
I have had cases where the defendant does what they call a demur, sits there silently, doesn't do anything. And those verdicts, they're not this fast, but those verdicts are usually really fast, because Rich is absolutely right. And there's an adage when you're teaching this stuff, the best story wins. And so that's why you've got to have a really clear narrative and a really clear story with the evidence that makes sense. And so I think silence would not have helped her.
That's why you have a lawyer represent you.
Yeah.
Her going herself was an act of extreme stupidity, because the jury gets to see how she reacts with people. I remember in the last trial when she's confronting somebody that had dated Vallow shortly before his death. It was disgusting.
Nancy Jo
Hancock. Try to pass judgment going out with somebody, and she's shacking up with Daybell. I mean, don't need to be a rocket scientist to think this woman's stupidity, she's unrivaled in this case. No, she had to ask questions once she went that direction. But the fact of the matter is, her putting herself on display, getting repeated objections, the jury can see what's going on, and taking this on herself, it was an utter act of stupidity, and it explains why we've got a 15-minute verdict.
Judge Mel, do you think it would have been different if she testified?
Say that again?
What if she testified?
That would have been an answer to prayer. I would have loved to have had her, but we would have been in trial for 2 months. Where do you start? Benjamin would have probably had her for 3 months.
Right, because what if she only testified? What if again, she didn't cross, didn't do whatever, and just put herself one shot deal on the stand? Does that change? Because then you're only giving a window into who this person is in that environment. Again, she would still have to be cross-examined, which is, we have theorized, that is where she would have potentially lost this case, because Trina would have done what I think all of you, Rachel included, would have loved to have done, and grilled Lori.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been a prosecutor's dream. Absolutely. But I'm wondering if that would have given her, but I just don't think, I think the judge is right. Lori has really shown who she is in a way that was less visible in Idaho, because she had highly competent attorneys. She didn't speak. She tried the little girl, sit there silent, looking sad act. That didn't work. So Lori has shown everybody she is intelligent. She is capable of planning and thoughtful and concise behavior. She's just evil about it.
Let's listen to part of her closing arguments, really, as we get into this verdict being read here. Brian, let's go with bite 7. Lori says she wasn't at the crime scene.
We read the text from Brandon to me on June 25th, 2019, where he claims that he will never stop until he proves that I am responsible. Well, here we are, almost 6 years later, and I'm charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. In order to have a conspiracy, 2 or more people have to make an agreement to commit a crime. There is no such agreement between me and my brother Alex, although I did love my brother Alex.
And I'm going to object again, Your Honor, to testifying.
Sustained.
There is no agreement that was shown to you between myself and Melanie Boudreaux, although I love Melanie.
And I'm going to object again to testifying.
Sustained.
I cannot tell you what happened that day on October 2nd, 2019, because I was not there.
And I'm going to again object to testifying, and please strike everything the defendant has said.
So right now, as we get ready for the reading of this verdict here, everyone's getting into the courtroom right now. Brandon Boudreaux is there. His wife is there. Prosecution, defense is there. Just waiting for Lori Vallow Daybell to come in, and we should be hearing this in about 10 minutes or so. I think everybody's still sort of absorbing the surprise of such a quick deliberation, 15 minutes. And you have to assume that this is probably a guilty verdict if we were betting money right now with 15 minutes in deliberations.
I mean, I guess it's not out of the question. I think all 12 were like, nope, not enough. But you would think those discussions would have been had a lot longer than the 10, 15 minutes they spent discussing this. Even if you came into that jury room with some preconceived kind of verdict in your head, I would imagine, again, I've never been able to sit on a jury long enough to get to this point. I disclose what I do for a living. So these discussions, though, I got to be very important, especially when of someone, again, you're innocent, and then of course there's consequences one way or the other. But yeah, 20 minutes. I don't think there's any other conclusion at this point that they've reached a guilty verdict.
Have any of you seen a deliberation that went quick and it was not guilty for the verdict?
I mean, my case is all the time, you know.
99% of big cases.
No, I haven't. Now, let's hope we're wrong this time. But no, I personally have not. Not this fast, not with the evidence, not with the defendant doing what they did.
Yes, and we know that Brandon Boudreaux will address the media after the verdict. I mean, now, assuming that hopefully it's good news for him, for justice for him and everything he's been through, and he's going to say a few words, and the hope is that we have him here at some point and really get into the story and everything that, he's been through, how he's been affected, how he's come out of this stronger. Rich, with your experience, you've gotten to watch him now as a man 5 years older, with his family growing up and going through what he went through. I mean, can you believe it's been just 5 years or so ago, where he was afraid for his life, and you guys were trying to wrap your heads around what was really going on at that time.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and it's feels like it's gone by in a blink, even though it really hasn't. There's so many things have happened over these years, and of course COVID and everything else. This was a death penalty case in Idaho, and it usually takes a lot longer. Yeah, I'm wondering, I haven't had a chance to talk to him at all recently about this, but the revelations about Melanie being under investigation, I mean, they have a code right now, and I think that's got to be something that's weighing on him now, even more than the verdict. Is what's the future looking like for the mother of my children, who we're trying to protect these kids? What's in the best interest of the kids in relationship to their mom, who's under investigation for trying to murder their dad? It's got to be he's got to have a lot of conflicting thoughts going through his head at this point.
Yeah. And what we're hearing from Nate Eaton with East Idaho News, Judge Bresky has come to the bench right now. He's heard that a verdict has been reached, and we should see the jury come in, and the verdict will be read in just moments. I guess, does anybody have any questions for each other on the panel? As we're getting things underway, technically sound, and making sure we can get this to our audience. But I guess we can chat here for a little bit.
Well,
Can I ask a
we
question?
assume that. Yeah, go ahead.
Is Kay or Ray Hermosillo, or like, who is anybody with Brandon? His wife is with him, I'm assuming, and maybe some close family. Is Kay there, or is Larry there? Is Lieutenant Hermosillo there?
I believe Kay is there, and Larry has not been to these two trials.
Yeah,
he's been home. I think he's okay though, but this has been a Kay Woodcock mission for the most part. And I think she has had her victim advocate with her.
Yeah, they have their granddaughter. So I know Larry was taking care of a grandchild. But what about Ray Hermosillo? Because some of these people have lived with it for 6 years alongside Brandon. And the officers in this case, you speak to any of them just one-on-one, and when they think back on finding JJ, finding Tylee, they profoundly changed them. So I'm wondering who's there to kind of see the bookend of this 6-year long run.
Yeah. Okay. So right now we are getting, according to Nate Eaton with East Idaho News, she has been found guilty. We will be showing you that live in our 5-minute delay, but she has been found guilty. Lori Daybell has been found guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
That is it. I mean, 15 minutes.
Great.
That is the live report there.
So the question now is, what happens immediately here? They talked about this yesterday about going into the aggravation phase, because this jury would have to vote on some aggravators. So they're going to be not dismissed right away, presumably. But Lori indicated that she was going to stipulate, and I believe she did this in the Charles Vallow case. She just accepted it. So maybe somebody knows what is going to happen with this aggravation case now.
She stipulated again. She basically objected to the aggravation phase. They spoke about that yesterday. I believe either before or after the Rule 20 motion, that, if this situation came up with the aggravating factors, that she would object to it. So, yeah.
So she would have
the evidence.
So we're just waiting for sentencings.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean, this saga now has almost right there at the end with
Yeah.
sentencings to go here in Maricopa County. Lori Daybell found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder after about 15 to 20 minutes of deliberation.
Good.
My goodness.
Finally, I hope this gives Brandon and Kay and everybody some peace. That's excellent.
I'm sort of at a loss for words, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Justin, you've been working so hard for all these years. So, kudos to you and Fox 10 for all your hard work and coverage over all these
I
years.
appreciate that.
Doing it. I mean, I've been watching you and doing your thing, and you've been doing a lot, in the Valley on this case. So thank you for bringing news coverage on this case for all these years. I'm sure that the family really appreciates that.
You guys have been rock stars, and I think all of the panelists have enjoyed working together and working with you. I'm very impressed with the depth you've gone in. You've asked good questions, and I think there's a reason why you have so many followers, and I've been appreciative and honored to be a part of this panel with these distinguished guests.
I appreciate it. Hey, let's take a quick break. We want to talk to you guys soon and want you guys to see this actually unfold on video when we get this figured out. But we'll take a break and see you guys in just a moment.
Thank you.
So, she's guilty. I'm trying to save my banner, but it won't let me do it. So I'm trying not to use up too much electricity, as they used to say. It's not electricity that she uses, but I'm just going ahead and shutting down everything that's, I don't need to be taking up space right now. Just shut us down too. I don't mean us, but let me say. I hope y'all are getting me, because StreamYard is not acting right, and that makes me worry. It makes me worry. Y'all, please don't leave if I'm getting a little squirrely here. Yes, it's fixing to be coming on. It's fixing to be coming on. Yes, it is. So that thing just does right, just like that. For whatever reason, it's not wanting to today. That makes me afraid I'm using up too much string. This one. Just bear with me a minute. No, that's okay. Okay. Nope. There must be not sound.
All right, on the court's own motion, I'll ask the clerk to poll the jury.
Juror number 1, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 2, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 4, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 6, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 8, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 9, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 12, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 13, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 14, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 15, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
All right, members of the jury, I'm going to excuse you at this time. I have one more legal issue I need to resolve before you can be released from the admonitions. So please just hang tight in the jury room for what's hopefully a few minutes, and then we will let you know if we need your further service. So please retire to the jury room, and please, the admonition still applies.
All rise to the jury.
All right, please be seated. The jury is no longer present. And aggravation phase, we're prepared to proceed with. I'll ask the defendant. Yesterday, you indicated you didn't want to proceed with that and you would rather admit those aggravators. Is that still your desire?
I will still stipulate, Your Honor, even though I object to having an aggravator phase at all.
Okay, so the state has alleged this is a dangerous offense. Do you understand? And the state has also alleged that this particular crime that you've been found guilty of involved the use or of an accomplice. Is that the extent of the aggravators that you want to prove up?
To the jury, yes, that's all.
Oh, thank you. All right, see you tonight. These are Lori's advisory attorneys. How you guys feeling?
Good. Can you comment after today? Yeah. About what happened?
Kind of hate it.
You glad it's over, Robert? Anything about to know about the
Planning
for Lori's attorneys? I'll let you get in front of me, Jordan.
Somebody needs to tell Nate he's got, because I
Hold
can't
these
take
here.
this.
Hold on, he's right here. Chucky.
Hey, Chucky, how you doing?
Just talk.
We're live right now. Tell him hello. There's Colby Ryan. So, everybody, it's always a little chaotic. Many of you are asking about the jurors. They escorted the jurors out of the building before they opened up the courtroom, so we don't have any jurors here today. They left. I'll let you get situated again, Jordan. Stay with us through the bumps if you can. Brandon should be down here any moment, I'm told. He tells me they're on their way down. Hello?
Yeah, because I have the channel split and one channel.
Okay, here they come.
Too far.
Here they come.
Go.
Zoom in. Should we kill this one? Should do it as backup. Kill it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For my, and I'm forgetting.
You're all right. I prepared just a short statement that I wanted to share. Kay had something she wanted to share, and I want you guys to know that we stand united.
I got it now.
We're still family. We always will be, regardless of the things that happened. But go ahead, Kay. Share your thought.
Okay.
And I'll share mine.
We got it. Okay. For my brother Jerry, we got the bitch again. That's for you, Jerry.
My statement is as follows: 2,078 days. I'm humbled. I can't even imagine how many hours have been spent by law enforcement and prosecutors tirelessly working to uncover the truth. The truth is that hatred, selfishness, and greed almost led to the end of my life. 12 strangers verified that Lori must be held accountable. I have heard the question asked, why hold this trial? She already has multiple life sentences. My response is simple. We owe it to those who are victimized and choose to follow the law to uphold justice on their behalf. So many victims never get this day. So I thank the judge and the jury who willingly put their lives on hold to complete this process. I did not enjoy sitting and giving someone who tried to kill me the chance to question me, but I owed it to Charles, to Tylee, to JJ, and to Tammy to speak because I could. I don't know the statistics of how many people never get the chance because they were killed or because we can't find the people who committed the crime. But we as a society owe it to them to move forward with prosecuting those who commit violent crimes. I've chosen in my life to be and live as a man who believes in Jesus Christ and in God. So I view my life from this lens. I heard this in this trial about loving everyone. I support this cause. However, I do not believe that all the things that were said follow that. The Savior did say, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. The beautiful part of this human experience is, as Isaiah said, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes. When we trust the Lord to do this with our lives, he can do wonders with us. I'd like to share two things that I have used in my life to help me move forward and create beauty from the ashes. The first is from Viktor Frankl. He taught there's a space in life between stimulus and response where we can choose and have freedom. It is okay to feel hatred, anger, passion, and a myriad of other feelings when life's stimulus are unexpected or unfair or both. But true freedom comes from mastering our ability to respond in our actions, independent of the stimulus, to choose who we will be and to act and not to be acted upon. Secondly, I believe every human being is a child of God and has immeasurable worth. Hating a person can be like a poison to our souls. It can take away our joy and our happiness. I believe we can have enmity towards someone's actions or choices while still forgiving them for our own selves, to have more room for love and happiness and joy. Truly living this principle is a process. It takes time. But as we apply these two principles, that of choice before response and forgiveness and love and valuing others as oneself, I believe that it makes our society better. So thank you for coming and supporting me in this, for all of you who have. And we're grateful today for those who let us have our due process. So, thank you. It's a process. I will do my best. It's something that I believe if you give away your hatred to the Savior, I would tell you that there is more room for joy and love for your family, for your friends, for those who do love you. So that's the best I can share. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I appreciate the question.
What did you think that the jury came back less than 30 minutes?
I'm grateful that they did their responsibility, and I'm grateful for a verdict.
Brandon, where do you go from here?
I'll continue moving forward with my life. I have a beautiful wife. I have wonderful family. I have so much wonderful family that's waiting back there. I'll go back to anonymity, hopefully, and just live my life and be another person who tries to do the right thing in the right situation. And I want to say thank you to all the people who did the right thing, who came in, who gave up their time and participated in the process. There's a lot of people who don't get any thank yous that give up their time. And so I just want them to know I'm grateful.
I am grateful that I am standing next to this man right now.
Thank you,
Grateful
guys.
that he's here.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I've talked enough.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Sorry, y'all.
Wow, something. Of course, I'm going to lose my. I hope y'all can see me and hear me. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe they're fixing to be done. Maybe that's it. Do y'all want to go back and look at court TV, or they put a 1 in the chat? Because I will go back and do that if you guys would like for me to. Right. The right thing to the chat. Okay, 1 with the court TV. Okay. Let's go back and find it. TV. 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 Okay. So, share that screen. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to go and fish for where they started talking, but I don't want to make y'all lose your minds, but just follow along. Share this tab. Oh, we don't want to do that.
All right, the jury is present. Everyone can be seated. Do we have a four-person? Has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes.
Will you hand the verdict to my courtroom assistant? All right, the clerk will read and record the verdict.
In the Superior Court of the State of Arizona, in and for the County of Maricopa, State of Arizona versus Lori Daybell. CR 2022-00-1242-001. Verdict, count one. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action upon our oaths, do find the defendant, Lori Daybell, as to the crime of count one, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder occurring on or about October 2nd, 2019, as follows. Guilty. Signed, foreperson. Are these your true verdicts, so say you one and all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, on the court's own motion, I'll ask the clerk to poll the jury.
Juror number one, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number two, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number four, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number five, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number six, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number eight, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number nine, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 12, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 13, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 14, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 15, is this your true verdict?
Yes.
All right, members of the jury, I'm going to excuse you at this time. I have one more legal issue I need to resolve before you can be released from the admonition. So please just hang tight in the jury room for what's hopefully a few minutes, and then we will let you know if we need your further service. So please retire to the jury room, and please, the admonition still applies.
All rise to the jury.
All right, please be seated. The jury is no longer present. And aggravation phase, we're prepared to proceed with. I'll ask the defendant. Yesterday, you indicated you didn't want to proceed with that and you would rather admit those aggravators. Is that still your desire?
I will still stipulate, Your Honor, even though I object to having an aggravator phase at all.
Okay, so the state has alleged this is a dangerous offense. Do you understand? And the state has also alleged that this particular crime that you've been found guilty of involved the use or of an accomplice. Is that the extent of the aggravators that you want to prove up?
To the jury, yes, that's all we were going to ask to do.
All right. So, Ms. Daybell, do you understand you have the right to have a jury decide whether or not those aggravators are proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
I do understand that.
And do you understand that by admitting those aggravators or stipulating to them that you'd be waiving your right to have a jury do that?
Correct.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you in any way to get you to waive that right to have a jury decide those two issues?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to waive that right to have a jury decide those two factors?
No.
Are you waiving those factors of your own free will?
Yes.
The court finds and do you in fact stipulate that this was a dangerous offense?
I do stipulate to that fact.
And you also stipulate that this particular crime would have involved did involve the use of a presence or use of an accomplice?
I will stipulate to that fact as well.
The court finds those to be knowingly, voluntarily, intelligently entered into stipulation. The court will find that those do exist as a legal determination. I'll order a pre-sentence report be prepared on both cases.
Can I waive a pre-sentence report and try to move up sentencing?
No, we're going to have one prepared. Let me ask the state, as far as the state's presentation and how many people might speak at sentencing, do you have an estimated time?
Your Honor, 1 second. Your Honor, because we are sentencing both cases together at the same time to be safe, if we could block off a couple hours, because there are obviously next of kin and victims from both cases. It
All
may
right.
be less than that, but I think to be safe, we could do that.
All right, this courtroom is going to be taken over by Judge Myers in a week and a half, but he is out the whole week of July 28. So this courtroom would be vacant. We could use this courtroom.
Okay.
So I can do it pretty much any day that
One
week.
Second, I think that would have to be within 30 days.
Your Honor, is that more than 30 days? Doesn't it have to be within 30 days?
It is more than 30 days.
I said it's like trial, like to the past 30 days, but they can find extra.
And I think because we do have people flying in, they would prefer a Friday. I don't know if August 1st.
I can also do it Friday, July 25th.
I know that's close on a couple of their schedules. Let me just make sure they're able to fly here. Your Honor, the 25th of July would also work.
All right. Does the defendant want to be heard on a sentencing date?
Do I want to be heard?
On a sentencing date, yeah.
Do I want to speak on sentencing day?
No,
Is that
no,
what
I
you're
meant,
asking me?
do you want to be heard on what
The
date?
timing?
Yeah, what date I should set this for?
Yes, I would like it to be within 30 days if possible.
All right. The soonest available is July 25th. I'll set it from 9 a.m. to noon, just to be safe, on July 25th in this same courtroom. Anything else?
Can you do anything about the timing of me being transported after that?
Actually, I would like the county attorney and or the sheriff's office. I don't know if I need to make specific orders on the record regarding transferring back to Idaho. I don't know what the interstate agreement was on having her transported here.
It was immediately after, but I think they have up to 30 days to pick me up. That's why I wanted the sentencing to be moved up, because they still have 30 days after that.
Okay.
If there's
so
something you can do about that.
I guess what I'm requesting from any party, either side or the sheriff's office, is what particular language people are looking forward and are looking for in order to accomplish that.
We'll reach out to our extraditions.
All right. Recess. All right, thank you.
Yeah, he's not here.
I think that court TV had more time in the courtroom, so let's just watch. All right. So we got to see Pillar and Trina Kay have a hug of call it celebration. I guess I can turn my camera. See my lovely face. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Does anybody want to come up and Trace, if you're in hearing of my voice, if I gave you a link, would you come up, or do we need to just go on down and wait for Kresha to come back and she would join? She has Kresha, Carla. Trina did do a great job. Y'all, please subscribe to this channel because Kresha's very close to having her 13,000 subscribers, and we'll have a celebration. So please, if you're not subscribing, please subscribe. I don't know where Trace on the case is. I'm sure it's hustling and bustling at the courthouse. But if Trace can hear me, let's see. Let me send her a thing saying, would you like to do this copy? So I'm fixing to put this in the this chat. Would any of y'all want to come up? And KJ, if you're in the dang, please let me. Let's see. There, just send it to Trace. And so if Trace or somebody else wants to come up that's in that group, they can come up. Y'all know I got to do the thing here. See it. Okay, so I've got hairs in my eyes or something besides all my other ailments. Let's see. Look, Angela Davison always watches on Facebook. That may be all she wrote, y'all. My internet is getting weak. We were here for the justice for Brandon and Charles and Tylee and JJ and Tammy. Hopefully someday we'll get justice for Joe Ryan. I was thinking of every other Ryan person I met. I've lost my mind just there for a minute. So what I'm going to do is, since my internet is wanting to say, throw me out of here, I guess I just asked if anybody wants to come up. If anybody, put it in the chat. Love always wins. Be back later with Kresha to tell more. My internet is dying. Bye, folks.